Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 3-Day 101. I'm Coach Susan, and I'm the coach for Denver.
And I'm Coach Ann, the coach for New England.
We are so excited to start you off on your 3-day journey. Thank you for being here. It means a lot that you're taking time out of your day to spend it with us. First things first, remember your team's meeting etiquette. You should already be automatically muted and turn off your video as needed. You can manage both in the control panel at the upper right of your screen. This meeting is being recorded and will be shared on Facebook and email after the fact. This meeting is broken into 3 sections with about 5 minutes for questions after each section. If your question doesn't get answered then, feel free to drop it in the chat to be addressed by our other wonderful coaches on the call. Coach Heather, our Dallas-Fort Worth coach, and Coach Stacy, our San Diego coach. You can always email your coaches afterward to follow up. Our contact information will be provided at the end of the hour. Our goal for the meeting is to give you enough information and inspiration to register for the 3-day, or if you're already registered, to give you all the basic information to jump in and start your fundraising and training. Now it's time for a poll. Let's see who is already registered for the 3-day. Please raise your hand if you are registered as a 1, 2, or 3-day walker. Fantastic. Now, how many of you are brand new, never ever, first time walkers? Raise your hand. All right. This is so exciting.
It is so exciting. Thank you. Thanks for letting us know. So tonight we'll be sharing a lot of information with you. Feel free to take notes or screenshots, but the recording will be shared on our Facebook pages and via email, so you can reference it later and share it with your friends and teammates. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation. Welcome to our 3-day family. You have officially entered what we lovingly call the pink bubble, and we are so excited you're here. Your time here is going to be like nothing you've ever experienced before. You'll meet incredible people, hear moving stories, and you'll accomplish something you'll be really proud of. It won't always be easy, but we're here as a community to support you through this exciting challenge so that you get the most out of it.
This is my first time experiencing this 3-day. I'm excited and I'm nervous, but I know there's incredible resources to help all of us meet our fundraising and training goals. Our events take place in 4 different cities, and you'll be staying in a hotel if you're walking in Denver, New England, or Dallas-Fort Worth, and you'll be camping if you're walking in San Diego. There's a hotel option in San Diego. We'll talk more about that later. No matter where you sleep, whether it's in a hotel room or a tent, know that we lovingly call our home base camp.
On Friday morning, we'll begin our journey with an inspirational opening ceremony, and then we all head out on the route. Along the way, there will be pit stops and grab and goes where you can stop, stretch, go to the bathroom,
Porta potties,
and refill your bottle with ice, water, or sports drinks, and be served some yummy snacks. Medical support will be available for you as well. A delicious lunch will be served midway through your day. And here's one of the best things: people cheer for you all along the way. It's not a race, it's more like a celebration with lots of laughter, tears, support, and joy. If you get injured, are tired, or just need a break from walking, sweep vans along the route can pick you up and take you to the next pit stop where you can get medical attention if you need it.
I have heard so much about the sweet vans. The drivers really go all out with themes, goodies, and treats for the walkers. After completing your 20 miles for the day, the route will end back at camp where you'll be served dinner, get to shower, and join us for fun evening activities. Massage chairs included. You don't have to worry about bringing any of your luggage with you on the route since you'll be sleeping in the same place every night. On Saturday morning, we'll have a hearty breakfast before heading out to explore a new part of the city. This day will include pit stops, water and snack stations, medical support, sweet vans, lunch at the halfway point, and ends back at camp with dinner and evening fun once again. One thing I'm really looking forward to on Saturday night is the honor ceremony, where we all come together to remember those we walk for. It's an incredibly powerful reminder of the impact we make and why we do what we do.
Sunday morning, for one last time, you'll join us for breakfast. Drop your luggage with us for safekeeping and head out on the route. This is always the most difficult day for me, not because I'm tired or have blisters, but because the event is nearly over and I never want it to end. Our amazing 3-day journey culminates with our finish line festival and closing ceremony. You'll receive your victory shirt and your Bank of America finisher's medal. They're both really cute. Then gather together to celebrate, revel in all our accomplishments, and honor our survivors and those living with metastatic breast cancer. You'll be joined by friends and family, those who cheered for you along the way, our fabulous crew, and all the participants who walked alongside you throughout the journey. It's really quite incredible.
I'm so excited already. I hope you are getting excited too. I know some of you will be doing this walk with loved ones, walking with you, but some may be embarking on this journey all on your own. Trust me, you won't be alone. Regardless of how you do the 3-day, we promise a fulfilling, connecting experience where you feel immersed in this community. You can participate in the 3-day by joining a team or by walking solo. Let us know if you've already joined a team by dropping your team's name in the chat. If you're walking solo, type your home location and see if you can make a connection tonight. Let's see, where did my chat go?
We have some team names in there, Coach Susan.
All right. Love it. Love it.
Yvonne's from Northern Virginia. Save second base. That's a good one.
I'm always impressed with the creativity of our 3-day names.
Soul Sisters.
Awesome. Vermontian.
Vermont. Amazing.
All right. Boobs on the moves. Let's talk a little bit more about teams. Many people join a team to experience accountability and training and fundraising, to host fundraising events together, and to have a group to celebrate with at the event. You can start your own team by recruiting your friends and family, or you can join an existing team. Team members participate together, however, everyone must meet their own fundraising requirement. If you're not walking on a team, no problem. There'll be plenty of other solo walkers just like you. Moments of solitude and time spent by yourself on the walk can be incredibly meaningful. If you don't want to walk alone, there'll be a flag at opening ceremony and at lunch where you can meet up with other solo walkers. You'll also have plenty of opportunities to talk with other walkers along the route. No one ever truly walks alone on the 3-day, and one of the most magical parts of the event is the connections you'll make.
Let's talk a little bit about what to bring. As we've said, we do our best to take care of you along the route by providing drinks, food, bathrooms, and breaks. However, you will want to carry a few things with you when you're walking. Most walkers choose to carry a backpack or a waist pack to bring the essentials. You will need to bring your own wide-mouth water bottle and may choose to carry a rain poncho, sunglasses, your wallet, and anything you personally need to get you through each day's journey. If you take a look at your screen, you'll see we each carry different packs and a little something different in each of our bags. I always bring an extra pair of socks packed in a Ziploc bag. And even though I've only needed them once in 17 events, I was thrilled to have them the one year we got drenched on the morning of day 1.
I always have sunscreen and chapstick. It is so easy to get sunburned at Denver's higher elevation, and the air is really dry. So moisturizer and lip balm are essential.
And if you have any special circumstances, medical needs, or dietary restrictions, please email your coach.
Finally, let's talk about hotel logistics. In Denver, New England, and Dallas-Fort Worth, 3-day walkers and crew will be provided with a free hotel room on Friday and Saturday nights, with another 3-day participant as your roommate if you are a 3-day walker or crew member. 2-day walkers will receive a free Saturday night stay, rooming with another 2-day participant, and 1-day walkers do not receive a hotel room and will join us on event on Sunday morning. 2-day and 1-day walkers can make hotel arrangements at the Komen rate for any additional nights. Around 6 weeks before your event, you can choose your roommate, or we will assign you a random roommate. If you do not wish to room with another 3-day or 2-day participant, or you want to stay at a different hotel, you'll be responsible for the cost. Lodging is only covered if you are rooming at our host hotel with another 3-day or 2-day participant per our guidelines. You can also stay at the hotel on Thursday and or Sunday night using our group rate. Please note though, you will be responsible for the cost of those additional nights and for making your own reservations for those nights.
In San Diego, on the other hand, we camp outside. We will provide you with your own cute little pink tent to sleep in under the stars. And having done that, I'm here to tell you it's a beautiful experience. You'll be responsible for bringing your own sleeping bag. Should you choose not to sleep outside, hotel reservations will be available at one of our host hotels. However, please note that all hotel nights in San Diego are at your own cost, and host hotels will be announced as the event draws nearer. Now, we know this is a lot of information, and we certainly don't expect you to remember it all. As your coaches, we'll be here to support you every step of the way. We now have 5 minutes for questions about this section. So please use the raise hand function on Teams by clicking on the hand icon at the top center of your screen. We'll call on you to come off mute. If you're unable to do that, please post your question in the chat or wait until the other questions are answered and come off mute. Who has a question? Let's see. Yvonne had a question. Sorry. Let me see. Well, Yvonne,
she's asking about Airbnb and VRBO recommendations.
Yeah, and you know what, Yvonne, that's a really great question. And I would suggest that you go ahead and I'm pretty sure you're a member of our New England Facebook group. I think that would be a great place to put that question out to the group and maybe pick the brains of some folks who live in that neck of the woods. Does that help you, Yvonne? Perfect. You're welcome. I know that AJ, you've had your hand raised since we started. AJ, do you want to come off mute and ask your question? Or maybe that's an accident. Not sure. Gretchen, do you want to ask your question? Go ahead, Gretchen. We can't hear you if you are speaking. Maybe turn up your, put your question in the chat. Either way. Are there any other questions in the chat that we should address at this moment while we're waiting for Gretchen?
I don't see any, friend.
Perfect.
We answered all their questions. We just nailed it.
Pretty darn amazing. I'm happy about that.
Very efficient.
I kind of want to give Gretchen one more split second or you know what, we can go ahead and put your question in, Gretchen, when you're ready, and we will be sure to answer it for you, okay? We don't want to leave any questions unanswered tonight. That is for sure. All righty. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and move on. That's great. I love that. Love that we're doing this. So next up, fundraising and training, which are an important part of this event. So we're going to share a lot of information with you about these two things. Over the next few months, you will be preparing for the event through both fundraising and training. We know these things can seem daunting, but we have tips and tools to support you along the way, starting with us, your coaches.
And as our New England coach and longtime 3-day walker, tell us how a coach can help.
Well, your coach is your supporter, your mentor, your cheerleader, your go-to for all things 3-day. You can reach us by phone or email with questions about training. If you want to brainstorm fundraising ideas, need help personalizing your fundraising page, whatever the case may be, we're here to help you. There's no such thing as a silly question. Remember, all of us have been in your shoes. Check out your coach on the slide and send an email to say hello. You can also get in touch with us through our Facebook group pages, which are great for general support. For more specific or personalized questions, please give us a call or send us an email. Coach Heather will now drop our contact info into the chat. And if you're part of a team, your team captain is a great resource for you to make sure you check in with them for advice and team-specific information. Whether you're on a team or walking solo, every single participant who registers for the 3-day is assigned a personal coach. We're here for you.
In addition to your personal coaches, we have great tech tools to help you achieve your goals. The first is your online participant center. Find yours by logging in at the3day.org. Everything you need to know about the event lives here, so let's take a look at how to navigate within your participant center. This is your homepage and what you see when you first log in. Here you'll find your fundraising progress, your coach's name and contact information, and next steps. You'll also find announcements, links, and fundraising tips. The great thing about your personal fundraising page is you can personalize it by sharing your why and adding a photo. This will help your donors understand your reasons for walking. You can create an easy to remember personal fundraising URL. Clicking on that little pink box there, you'll see Coach Ann's is now http the3day.org/go/to/Ann Vondriska instead of the crazy long thread that it gives when you first sign up. Coach Heather will drop a link to the Participant Center how-to in the chat. Click on the website FAQ section and bookmark this to help you set up your personal page. As always, you can email your coaches if you have any problems setting up your Participant Center. Another great tool in the Participant Center gives you the ability to compose and send emails with a direct link to your fundraising page. We include a variety of templates and graphics to help you begin your fundraising journey.
Now let's dive a little deeper into that scary topic, fundraising, and hopefully make it a little less scary for you. Ending breast cancer is a big goal, and fundraising is needed to support Susan G. Komen's 360-degree approach to take action, drive research, provide care, and unify community. Making this commitment and taking on walking all those miles gives you the reason and the platform to ask for donations. Last year, I walked for the 17th time. Well, this is Susan's first time. No matter where you fit into the timeline of the 3-day, know that you are walking in the footsteps of the more than 500,000 people who have walked before you and walked in honor or in memory of someone just like you. That's a lot of people, and they all trained and fundraised just like you.
I promise you can do this, I can do this, and we'll be right here to support you the whole way.
Every participation type has its own fundraising minimum. $2,300 for 3-day walkers, $1,800 for 2-day walkers, and $750 for 1-day walkers. These numbers may seem intimidating, but we're about to give you some information about how you can get there.
Some tools available to you include the extensive Participant Center, where you can access your fundraising tools, including templates, infographics, and everything you need to get started. As donations roll in, you'll be able to track your progress, thank donors, and make sure you're on track to reach your goal. I'm sure you've seen plenty of Facebook fundraisers by now. It seems like everyone is raising money on social media. You can set one up for the 3-day through your Participant Center, not directly through Facebook. Personalize your message, post pictures, and share your training journey. You may be surprised who donates when you share your fundraiser on Facebook. To fundraise on Instagram, share your Facebook fundraiser or Participant Center URL in your bio. Additionally, I encourage you to download the 3-Day app. With the app, you can check your fundraising progress, send texts, and even upload check donations just by taking a picture of them. It's basically like taking your participant center on the go. Be sure to have push notifications enabled so you won't miss out on timely updates from your 3-Day team. Our Facebook groups are also a great place to find fundraising inspiration. Ask fellow participants what's worked for them in the past, or check out cool fundraising ideas others share in the group. And of course, you can always reach out to your 3-Day coaches. We're here to make sure you're successful with your fundraising, and we're always happy to help. And in your 17 years of 3-Day experience, what's your favorite fundraising tip? Have you used any of the methods I've listed? Have any of them surprised you?
This was a big surprise. So I was wearing a pink shirt, pink hair, went to get my oil changed at our mechanic, and they said, what are you doing? Why do you have pink hair? Told them about the 3-Day. The next thing I knew, they sent me a donation. Same thing, I was at the dentist, started telling them about the 3-Day. They made a donation. My daughter's a walker. She told our veterinarian about it. They made a donation. So really, tell everybody, talk to everybody, and let them know what you're doing. And, I think the biggest thing is, Susan, let's get personal. You know what I mean? Get personal with why you're doing what you're doing. So we're going to share a couple more tips about that on that note as well. So first thing, get personal. When I felt brave enough to share my own story, I was humbled by how many people it resonated with. It helped them understand why I committed to the 3-Day and gave them a chance to support me and the cause.
I love it. And another important tip is to reach out to everyone. And we mean everyone. Like you said, your veterinarian, your mail carrier. You may be surprised by who takes the opportunity to make a difference. Whether it's an old Facebook friend, your hairdresser, your neighbor, your best friend, give everyone the chance to donate. The number one reason people don't donate is because they aren't asked. Or to say it another way, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. My personal favorite tip, ask often and follow up. Don't be shy about reminding your donors. It can be really awkward to ask people for money, and if they don't give the first time, you may feel discouraged. I've been there. But just because someone doesn't donate right away doesn't mean they don't want to. Following up is the key to your success. You'll receive more donations from your follow-ups than from your initial ask. People get busy, they lose the email or the text, or they just plain forget. They'll appreciate the reminder when they get another chance to make an impact.
Something I love to do is ask for a specific amount when asking for donations. For example, on my 67th birthday, I asked for $67 donations. When I celebrated 17 years of survivorship, I asked for donations in multiples of 17. The most frequent donation size you will receive is the one you ask for. And don't be afraid to make it meaningful. Remember, no one will ever give more than they're comfortable giving. Another important tip is to keep your donors included on your journey. Ask who in their life has been impacted by a breast cancer diagnosis, so you can write their name on a shirt, a ribbon, or a banner to carry along with you on the route. This can help your donors connect to the purpose, and it shows them that you care about their personal story. Lastly, share your gratitude with your donors. You couldn't do this journey without their support. Thank them for their contribution and keep them updated while at the event so they can be reminded of the life-changing impacts they're making. When I receive a donation, I immediately send an email from my participant center. This year, I followed up with a post-event postcard that had the statistics from the event with how much we collectively raised and photos of my daughter and I on event. Susan, what will you do?
I will text my donors immediately upon receiving a donation, and then I'll send out handwritten cards to each of them after the event with a recap of the experience. If someone donates via my Facebook fundraiser, I will give a shout out to them on Facebook, tagging them and reminding everyone that they too can donate via Facebook. Finally, our number one tip for fundraising, get started now. We know that kicking off your fundraising can feel intimidating, awkward, or maybe even a little silly, but we're here to support you, and we know how good it will feel to get that first donation in and get your momentum going.
I'll bet you're wondering when you have to have your fundraising complete. What's the deadline? Well, there are a few steps to finalizing your event participation, and I promise you all the information you need to know, including dates and deadlines, will be communicated to you via email. Now, oh my gosh, let's take a deep breath. Stretch it out a little bit. I'm going to stretch. Give me a little wave. And we'll dive into the training portion of the meeting. This is my favorite section. I love talking training. For many of us, walking 20 miles a day isn't a regular part of our routine. And the only person I've ever met on a 3-day who never trained because she didn't need to was a mail carrier. I'm not kidding. For the rest of us, training will help ramp us up and get us prepared to walk all those miles. Here's how to get started. In your participant center, you can download a training program based on your participant type and city. We have a 24-week training plan and a 16-week training plan. You can also find them by using the link Coach Heather's dropping in the chat. My first year walking, I followed the 24-week training plan to a T. It's 585 miles, by the way. Now, as well prepared for the event as I was that year, you honestly don't have to walk every single mile in the schedule to successfully train for the event. It's important to use it as a guideline and fit it into your own life. Just take it week by week and get in the miles when you can.
In addition to training on your own, participants just like you volunteer to host training walks that will be posted on a calendar within your participant center. This is a wonderful way to connect with the 3-day community before the event. You can also use your city Facebook group to find a friend to walk with who lives near you. Soon you'll have access to our training walks calendar. Training walks are group walks organized by one of your fellow participants. These walks are an excellent way to connect and start to build community before the event. Simply put your zip code, your radius, and the dates you're looking to train, and the information will populate. It's magic.
It's important to get to know your gear, and I like to talk about gear too. Pro tip, you don't want to walk the event in a brand new pair of shoes or a brand new anything for that matter. Train in the shoes, socks, and clothing you plan to walk in. Carry your water bottle, backpack, or waist pack with you to get used to it. My first year, even though I walked that full training schedule, I didn't train with my full waist pack, and I finished the event with bruises on my hips. The most important thing is to get out there and start walking. The more opportunities you have to train, the better prepared you'll be. Ramp up your mileage in a safe and comfortable way and incorporate long back-to-back walks as the event gets closer.
This sounds like a lot right now, and I'm telling you, I think it sounds like a lot. Don't worry. We are here to have fun and take in the experience. Fundraising and training may be hard sometimes, but once you're at the event, you'll recognize the value of the hard work you've put in. I promise it'll be worth it. We will open it up again for more questions. Please raise your digital hand or drop your question in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer it.
Coach Susan, I like that we're just covering all the information
We're
so
just
well.
flying through.
Here we go. Kat, be sure to put in a wide range when searching for, it's a good tip from Kat. Be sure to put in a wide range when searching for training walk. She said, rarely will you find one within 5 miles of your zip code, but it's worth driving a few extra miles to meet up with fellow walkers, especially when the mileage gets longer. And, you know, another good tip, Kat, and thank you for putting that in the chat. Another good tip is also you don't necessarily have to train with a walker who's walking the same city as you. You might be walking New England and someone that you find within a 20-mile radius is walking Denver. That's okay, train together. You'll still enjoy walking together, chatting together, and sharing tips. Okay, we have a question. Go ahead and come off mute. Your initial is P.
P. Kessler 68.
P. Kessler, come on off mute and we'll answer your question.
Okay, so my question is about the fundraising. A lot of what the tips and stuff seem to revolve around Facebook. And for those of us who are not on social media, do you have any good tips? Because I'm not on any social media.
We do have a lot of great tips about fundraising that doesn't have anything to do with Facebook. You know what? Many of our walkers find that sending their donation form in good old-fashioned snail mail to many people they know or everyone they know, they find that is a very successful way to fundraise. Coach Heather.
I just want to say that truly the URL that the gals discussed earlier in the presentation is such a great tool. Copy and paste it. You can text it, email. Again, if you're not on social, but it's just really a quick click and it tells them your story if that's what you choose to populate, and it allows them right there to donate to you. They don't have to go search in the website or anything. So, but again, your participant center is so full of great resources, and so are your coaches. So social does not have to be the only route you go. We can help you take whatever route will get you to event.
What city
chat,
are you?
Julie recommends adding your donation link to your signature for all your emails. That's a great idea. So you might be emailing someone about their plans for Thanksgiving, but in your signature block, you have a link to the walk that they might not even known you were participating in. Another idea I like, if you're social and you have a really close group of friends, have a party, it's a little late now, but Super Bowl party. I always actually have a huge St. Patrick's Day party every year with corned beef and cabbage and all the good stuff. And you could say, please, consider donating to my event or host one specifically for it. I'm having a chili cook-off and I am asking for a $25 donation for everyone participating. And you can get fun things donated by friends or local businesses. Just, make it your own. And I think that's another great place. Well, if you're not on the Facebook groups, for those of you who are on the Facebook groups, you can share different fundraising ideas and activities.
Alrighty. Did that help? And if you want more information, please email your city coach, and we will be happy to share lots more fundraising tips and tricks with you, as well as a link to our fundraising handbook, which again, you can find in your participant center. Okay, hang on. We're going to have time for more questions at the end of the meeting, but we are going to move on. Yeah, we've got so many great ideas coming in the chat right now. This is fantastic. All righty. We're going to continue on now, and I'm going to share with you why I walk. We all have a reason why we walk the 3-day. And mine is that I'm a 19-year breast cancer survivor who was directly impacted by Susan G. Komen funding. My original treatment plan was to have 56 total chemotherapy infusions over a year and a half. But as I was about to begin the last 40 weeks of infusions, my oncologist told me that new research funded by Komen showed that I could have just 13 infusions over 40 weeks with the same results. That's huge. Because of funds raised by 3-day walkers that I had never met, I was given 26 more times that I didn't have to go to the hospital for treatment. 26 more days I could be home with my kids. This changed my life. Now is your chance to do the same for someone just like me. Maybe someone you'll never meet, and that matters.
It really does, Anne. Thank you so much for sharing. I have worked with nonprofit organizations my entire career. I love using my energy, experience, and passion to really make a difference in people's lives. That's why I'm so excited to be part of the Komen 3-day. Susan G. Komen is an incredible organization, and the funds we raise as 3-day participants support the work we do. In the next 4 slides, we'll share statistics about breast cancer and how the funds you raise make a difference. We'll pause to give you time to take notes or snap a picture of the slides so you can use this information to inspire and educate your donors. We'll be sharing a link with this information on it as well. Worldwide, breast cancer is the most common cancer in women and the leading cause of cancer death in women. 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime, and there are more than 4 million breast cancer survivors and people living with breast cancer in the U.S. today. About every 2 minutes, somewhere in the world, a person is diagnosed with breast cancer. These statistics are scary, but walking 60 miles is a challenge we commit to in our determination to change them. Our footsteps is through our fundraising that we have the most power to make an impact.
Yes, we really are making an impact. Improvements in early detection and treatment contributed to a 44% decline in the breast cancer death rate in the U.S. between 1989 and 2020. 44%. That's an amazing number. You might be thinking to yourself, oh, I'm just raising $750, $1,800, or $2,300, but you're part of something really huge. The funds we raise help and have helped Susan G. Komen's mission to save lives like mine and support those living with metastatic breast cancer by investing nearly $1.1 billion in breakthrough research. Additionally, nearly $2.5 billion has been invested in advocacy and patient support services, including patient navigation, education, information, resources, and financial support. Your fundraising dollars also support the Susan G. Komen Breast Care Helpline, which provides answers to questions about your breast cancer risk, emotional support, access to no-cost screening mammograms and diagnostic services, as well as financial assistance based on income eligibility and access to culturally responsive patient navigators. In short, you and your donors truly impact lives. These incredible facts can help your donors understand the difference they can make. And Coach Heather will drop a link to a printable called Why We Walk. That document will be dropped in the chat.
That is a lot of information, and let's put that in perspective by taking a second to think about what you and I did today. I did a load of laundry, like every day, got my teens out the door to school, I walked on the treadmill, all before I logged on to work to help a participant sort out her Facebook fundraiser. Maybe your day looked a little similar, a combination of mundane tasks and little things to support our shared mission. On a bigger scale, on any given day, Komen has invested more than $250 million in nearly 590 research grants and over 70 clinical trials focused on metastatic breast cancer specifically. More than 1,800 potential treatments, more than 800 focused on MBC and aggressive breast cancers are being discovered and tested.
Well, today I woke up, I did Wordle, connections and strands, did my balance yoga routine, and texted my 3 kids to say good morning. Once I logged in, I helped connect a newly diagnosed participant to resources through our Komen helpline. On any given day, nearly 600 new strategies to reduce breast cancer disparities are being investigated. Our research investments are guided by more than 50 leading scientists and advocates to ensure the patient perspective is incorporated. I know we just threw a ton of numbers at you, but these numbers are important and they tell the story of what your fundraising dollars can achieve. These numbers represent individual people whose lives will be changed or saved by the money you will help raise for Komen. People just like me. We do have a downloadable printable document available for you to use in your fundraising. And Coach Heather just dropped that link in the chat. And it's called A Day in the Life. Since 2003, the Komen 3-Day has raised more than $915 million. The net proceeds raised by the 3-Day help Komen save lives and fight breast cancer. And now you're a part of it. You're going to live the rest of your life knowing that you helped make those advancements possible. You took action. You helped save lives. You chose to be part of the solution. What an incredible achievement to have as part of your life story.
That is incredible, Anne. I'm super excited. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment of silence to reconnect with who or what brought you here today. Let's take a collective deep breath. Thank you, friends. I'm so glad we're on this journey together. If you are not yet registered, please take note of our special registration discount code. If you have any hesitations, questions, or concerns about registering for the event, please reach out to a coach, as we'd love to help you get registered. If you have already registered, share this discount code with your friends and family to encourage them to join you.
The crew is the backbone of the Komen 3-Day. A crew member is a registered 3-day participant who attends the event in a service capacity. Crew members do not walk the 60-mile route. They are on site during the entire event, performing a specific job. All 3-day crew members, except medical crew members, have a $100 fundraising minimum requirement in order to participate. This is another great way to become involved in the 3-day. Invite your friends and family. And Coach Heather's going to drop a link where you can reach out to Coach Kia for more information. Thanks, Coach Heather. In a moment, we'll get to more questions with the remaining time we have. However, we want to share some upcoming events, such as a referral program coffee chat, our training walk leader coffee chat, a super cool training Q&A, and a wonderful fundraising brainstorm coffee chat. These are all informal drop-in sessions, so feel free to stop in, ask your question, drop off, stay. It's up to you. So many cool things for you to be a part of. You can RSVP for these and more events at the3day.org/calendar. And be sure to bookmark this site so you'll never miss an event. And you can learn about more about fundraising, training, and other 3-day details. Coach Heather is going to share that calendar link in the chat right now. Your coaches are also available via email, phone, and Facebook groups. So if you have any lingering questions after tonight, please reach out or just reach out to say hello. Coach Heather's going to share all that information for us in the chat.
We'll also be in touch with you regularly via email and sometimes the text with important information. We know it can feel like we email you a lot, but we want to make sure you have all the information to best prepare you for the event and to remind you of important details and deadlines.
Okay, it's that magical moment. It's time for questions. So raise your hand and we will call on you, or drop your question in the chat and Coach Heather will read them to us. Kat Connell has a great tip. Please read all your 3-day emails. Lots of important information comes to you that way.
I want to go back to a question that Karen posted earlier when we were talking about fundraising links. And she asked if she could set up her link at craft shows. And I love that idea. And Coach Heather pointed out that there is a QR code that you can download from the app, the 3-day app, that you can print on posters, on business cards, on little postcards, on flyers, or print a full page one that people can just take a picture of if you're at any of those kind of environments. And there are business card templates on the participant center where you can put your name, your event, and your URL. Get those printed either on your home printer or take them to Kinko's and just pass them out like candy.
You know what, Coach Susan? Some walkers have their QR code printed on a magnet and put it on their car. Some of them wear it. Coach Heather said laminate it and hang it. Some walkers like to wear it while they're training, carry it with them on their waist pack or put it on the back of their shirt. Certainly has people asking questions. And when a picture is taken of your QR code, it takes your donors directly to your personal donation page. So they don't have to search for you. It makes it really easy.
Yeah, directly to your page, not generally the walk page,
Right.
not any of that, where they can donate or they can join your team. So it's a good recruiting tool as well.
For sure.
Coach
Coach-
Heather.
Just to reiterate, they're talking about, going straight to your personal page. That's where really customizing it, not keeping the general boilerplate about the 3-day. Let folks know, go back to Anne and Susan saying, get personal. When people can relate to you and your situation, they kind of realize, they could be you, and they can think about somebody in their lives that this has been, this has affected. So just don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. This is personal, and you need to just share why you're doing this. And I just think that the more people know, the more donations that you'll be able to get.
Well, and you know what, Coach Heather, that's such a good point, because it did take me a while to want to kind of put myself out there, right? Once I decided to do the 3-day to pay it forward, because of that fundraising money that changed my life, made a difference in my life. Once I knew I had to do that, I did not have another choice. It is a little scary to share your personal story if you care to, and if you do have a personal story, but people want to know why you're doing it. Why are you walking 60 miles in 3 days? Share your why, and your why, like we said, might resonate with someone else. Maybe someone they know has breast cancer, or they were recently diagnosed. You don't know. We never really know what people are experiencing until you start sharing your personal why.
I will tell you my quick little story about Facebook fundraisers. I created mine a month ago for the Denver walk, and I hadn't even shared it to my page yet. But once you create a fundraiser on Facebook, it automatically shares to your page. A woman whose son went to school with my kiddo 8 years ago donated immediately. I swear I've not talked to this woman in like 5 years. And that, like, we connected. I was like, oh, hey, checking in, that's cool. And she starts telling me about her connection with breast cancer. And it was so unexpected. Like, if you had gone through my whole Facebook list, I would have been like, oh no, not them, not them, not them. But instead, they were the first ones. It was surprising.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing that. All right. Any more questions? Coach Heather, how are we doing in the chat? We good?
I think we look good. You guys are really just sharing
Fantastic.
it all.
All
Not
righty.
leaving a lot to the imagination. So yeah,
That's good.
looks good.
All right. Well, we know that 3-day can seem like a lot at times. It's a lot of training. It's a lot of fundraising, but it's your chance to change a life. Think about the 500,000 walkers that came before you. Some of those walkers raised the money that saved me 26 infusions and changed my life. If you are registered, we're asking you to step out of your comfort zone and do one thing differently in your fundraising to ramp it up, or ask someone to join you on this journey. If you have not yet registered, we're asking you to make that commitment today. Think about why you're attending this meeting. Think about your why and register today. We all make time for the things that are important to us, and we ask you to make the time to do this. Thank you again for being here. And as always, please feel free to reach out to your coach as we continue on this amazing, life-changing journey together.